guys, it's Teacher Sabrina. I hope you're having a great day today. Today I'm in Daegu, South Korea, and we're going to be making these beautiful Japanese desserts called Wagashi. I'm so excited to take you along as we make some Wagashi together. So the word Wagashi refers to Japanese traditional sweet treats, which are usually eaten with tea across Japan. The dough for the Wagashi is actually made using white kidney beans. You mash the beans and then it turns into a paste that you can use to design into different shapes. You can also choose to color the dough with natural colors like powders made from red beetroot or cocoa powder, or you can use green matcha, and you can also use food coloring. Once you have all of the different colored doughs, inside each of the little Wagashi dumplings, we put in a filling. To make this Wagashi, we had 4 different fillings to choose from: pumpkin paste, black sesame seed paste, mugwort plant paste, and yuzu paste. Now, my friends, I wanted to teach you a little bit about yuzu because it was a fruit that I had never heard of before. So yuzu is a fragrant, sour citrus fruit that's kind of similar to a mandarin orange, a lemon, or a grapefruit. Yuzu is grown on trees and it's similar in size to a tangerine. It's also used a lot in Japanese cooking, and if you cut the yuzu fruit open, the inside of the fruit is yellow. Each filling was soft and round, and we just folded it right into the middle of the Wagashi. Here's June. He's working on making his Wagashi so beautiful with this special tool. This wooden stick is shaped like a triangle, and each side has different widths that you can make lines in your Wagashi dough. See? Wow, awesome! After we carved all of the lines into the Wagashi dough, we put some cute little green leaves on top to make it more creative and look like a little flower. Boop, there we go. And this is the design that we're working on now. Look at my flower.
Wow.
Isn't that cute? For our next design, we're going to work on making this cute little bunny rabbit. So first, what we're going to do is we have our white dough, and then we're going to use this tool to make the ears. All I'm going to do is push down lightly into the dough, and then I have 2 little triangle-shaped ears for our bunny rabbit. Yay! Awesome! Look how cute! Next, we can work on adding the eyes for the bunny rabbit. We're going to use these little black sesame seeds in a toothpick, and we're going to use the toothpick to just lightly pick up those little eyes and put them in place where we want them to go, right underneath the ears. It's going to make a cute little face. There we go. June's working on the eyes there. It's so delicate, Wagashi, so we have to be super precise, but it's so fun. The teacher's gonna give a little helping hand. Perfect. Oh, look at my bunny. She turned out so cute. So now once we're done with most of our Wagashis, we got to put some little gold flakes on the Wagashi to decorate them. So this Wagashi, I made it into the shape of like a little pond, and the pond part is filled with some clear jelly. So I just put some gold floating on top. Yay! These are all of our Wagashis that we made. Look how cute all of them are. The bunnies, the flowers. I have some green ones with some little butterflies. They turned out so cute. Hi, look at my cute little rice cakes. I was so proud of them. They turned out so good. Now, once we finished making all of our Wagashis, the teacher helped put all of our little dumplings into some little muffin holders for us and package them like this. Hi, it's Teacher Sabrina. Here's my Wagashi. So cute. After we got finished putting all of our Wagashis in our trays, our teacher was so kind and she wrapped our Wagashi in fabric. The Japanese art of wrapping gifts with fabric is called Furoshiki. It's a centuries-old tradition that is so beautiful, and it's still used in many countries today. Fabric wrapping is seen as an art form in Japan, and it's really neat because the wrapping can be as simple or as complex as you like. Furoshiki can be used to wrap items of all shapes and sizes. I thought it was really neat because the little tray of Wagashi that we had was shaped as a circle, and so it would be really hard to wrap something in a circle with wrapping paper, so I thought it was so neat that our teacher could wrap it in the cloth. You can use any type of cloth that you have as long as it's not too thin and not too thick, and it needs to be soft enough that you can tie it into different knots. Most shops use silk, cotton, rayon, polyester, linen, and wool. Our teacher wrapped my Wagashi in a pink cloth, and she wrapped June's in a blue cloth, which was perfect because pink is my favorite color and blue is June's favorite color. Wow, look at all the little Wagashi. My friends, what's your favorite color? Wow, aw, I love that color too. Awesome, my friends. So once the teacher was almost done wrapping, she just wanted to go through and make sure all of the knots were secure, because it's not like American wrapping paper where we use tape to hold everything together. She actually just ties it super secure and makes a big, beautiful knot on top. Yay! Aw, I had so much fun making Wagashi with you today, my friends. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you want to stay up to date on all of my latest videos. Please stay tuned, my friends. My next video, it's going to be so fun. It's going to be all about outdoor adventures in South Korea, exploring jungles, forests, farms. It's going to be so much fun. And please check out my latest video all about Korean street food. Thank you so much, everyone. See you next time.